We're back with Catherine Brewton. She is one of music industry's leading executives, producer, and host. Catherine's career spans over 2 decades of working with the likes of Drake, DJ Khaled, Snoop, Nicki Minaj, Kenny Chesney, and numerous others. Catherine, it's hard for me not to say DJ Khaled, but it's so great to have you on Liftoff.
So nice to be here with you as well. Thank you for having me.
I can only imagine your career has been jam-packed with fun. Tell us a little bit more about your career in the music industry.
I am an executive, a creative VP at BMI. And what that entails is I am dealing with just a plethora of talent to include, R&B, hip hop, pop. There's been a big wave of Afrobeat artists that have started to emerge in a big way in the US. So I've had the pleasure of working with Phils and Davido, who is touring and doing really well. So dealing with creators in the early stages of their career, as well as some of the most successful artists in the country.
You're also a champion of women empowerment, thank you, and charity work. Tell us a little bit more about your work there.
So I have always been super intentional about mentorship. Women have always had a interesting dynamic in the music business. Um, Not as fluid of years past, but I think over the past few years, we're seeing more women at the helm of some of the major DSPs and record labels and publishing companies. We're seeing them more in senior roles. But for me, it's just, when bringing individuals into the company, and oftentimes not necessarily people that report directly to me, it's just making myself accessible to share my journey, but also to listen and learn about, what their aspirations are, what their desires are in the music business. I think oftentimes people come in the game and they have one vision about what it looks like. And when you start to really be a part of this community, you find very often that you are a chameleon of sorts. You're having to touch and be a part of about a bunch of different things, and it's really important always for me just to be available to share insight, to listen, to help brainstorm about different opportunities that make themselves that make their way to various individuals' plates that I can assist with.
So, June is Black Music Month. What kind of initiatives are you a part of, and why is the designation of this month so important?
So the Black Music and Entertainment Walk of Fame was founded by myself and three other principals in Atlanta as an effort to celebrate and memorialize, Black leaders of all diasporas. So in 2019, we inducted our first class to include Sean Combs, Otis Redding, James Brown, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, and we are on our fifth induction, which will be, I guess, we will announce in June, but we'll host the ceremony in October. So we will celebrate and announce who the 8 inductees that are going in, and then our celebratory event will be in October, which is at the 50th of hip hop. So our slate this year is really hip hop heavy in honor of the 50th year of hip hop. So super excited about that as well.
Amazing, Catherine. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's it for this episode of Liftoff with Jeanniey Walden. Every episode, we invite a select set of guests to watch the show live with us. Today, we're bringing Erin Prober up to thank her for coming into the show. Hi, Erin.
Hi, Jeannie.
Thanks so much for being in our studio audience today.
Thank you so much for the invitation. What a morning.
So what was your takeaway from the show?
So many takeaways from the show. I love Panina's new shoes. Watching Say Yes to the Dress for many years and watching her launch her brand and continue her rise is so inspiring. And also Amy's book, Too Fat to Be Fit. I think that's a message that I certainly think about a lot, and a lot of young girls and young boys and people of all ages should just be comfortable and happy with who they are and just live healthy, great lives.
Well, thank you so much for being our guest. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. And that's it for us today on Liftoff. Be sure to follow us at Liftoff with Jeanniey for more tips behind the scenes and to tell us what you want to hear on upcoming shows. I'm Jeanniey Walden. See you next time.